Welcome to our channel. We are so glad you found your way here. Let us help you fall asleep. Let's begin with the barley rations, the humiliation of the Roman spare life. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it. Let the noise of today fall away as we step back, not just hours or years, but centuries, into the vast theater of crime and punishment in ancient Rome. If you genuinely like our videos, please hit like and subscribe. My Shames. The complexities of Roman society reveal a structured hierarchy where social status dictated one's access to resources. This region, bustling with commerce and governance, became a crucible for the concept of spare life. The term reflects not only the surplus of grain but also the underlying tensions that arose from inequality. It presents a dichotomy between the affluent and the marginalized, often delineated by the very rations that sustained life. In both urban and rural contexts, the reliance on barley rations illustrated a broader economic framework. These provisions served as a safety net, yet the oversupply highlighted the fragility of existence for many. The distribution networks, an intricate web of trade routes and local markets, were essential in maintaining societal stability, although they often fell short of addressing the needs of all citizens. Legislation surrounding grain supply revealed an awareness of societal unrest. It became crucial for officials to manage the expectations of the populace, ensuring that rations were sufficient to stave off dissent. This reliance on barley as a staple encapsulated the paradox of prosperity and deprivation, a reflection of the empire's vast reach juxtaposed against the daily struggles of its citizens. The interplay of power, survival, and resource management defined spare life, underscoring the delicate balance inherent in Roman civilization. Food served as a central pillar of Roman culture, intricately woven into the fabric of daily life and social structures. It was not merely sustenance, but a reflection of status, identity, and community. The diverse diets across different classes showcased the disparities that existed within society. Elite citizens often indulged in exotic ingredients and elaborate banquets, while the lower classes subsisted on simpler fare, such as barley and legumes. These staples were not only functional, but also carried symbolic weight. Barley, in particular, represented resilience and adaptation, often used in rations for soldiers and laborers. Its presence in daily meals highlighted the connection between nourishment and the vigor required for labor and defense. Festivals and communal gatherings accentuated the role of food as a medium for social interaction. Shared meals fostered relationships and reinforced alliances, binding families and communities together. The act of dining was laden with ritual, from the preparation of dishes to the arrangement of seating, enhancing the social significance of each gathering. In contrast, scarcity could lead to unrest. When food supplies dwindled, tensions often rose, revealing the fragility of social cohesion. This connection between food security and societal stability remains a poignant reminder of the essential role that resources play in shaping civilizations, echoing through the annals of time. Barley serves as a significant grain, known for its hardy nature and adaptability to diverse climates. Its robust structure allows it to thrive in less fertile soils, making it a staple in various agricultural systems. This grain possesses a unique nutritional profile, rich in dietary fiber, vitamins, and minerals. The presence of beta-glucans contributes to its health benefits, promoting heart health and aiding in digestion. In terms of characteristics, barley can be classified into two main varieties, hulled and pearl. Hulled barley retains its bran and germ, offering greater nutritional value, while pearl barley, undergoes processing that removes much of its outer layer, resulting in a softer texture and quicker cooking time. The versatility of barley lends itself to numerous culinary applications, ranging from porridge to soups and bread. In ancient times, barley was not only a food source but also a form of currency and a means of trade. Its ability to be stored for extended periods made it an essential component in provisions for military campaigns and long voyages. During periods of scarcity, the reliance on barley rations became a critical factor in sustaining populations. This grain stands as a testament to the intricate balance between agriculture and society, reflecting the historical dependencies that shaped civilizations across continents. Food rations in ancient Rome reveal the complexities of an empire reliant on both conquest and commerce. The distribution of barley among soldiers and civilians highlighted the social hierarchies inherent within Roman society. This grain served not only as sustenance but as a means of control, with access determining status and stability. Soldiers received rations that ensured their loyalty, while civilians often faced scarcity, relying on the goodwill of the government for their survival. The boundaries of these rations extended beyond mere nutrition. They were tied to the rhythms of agricultural cycles, with harvests dictating the availability of food. This dependence fostered a vulnerability where poor yields could lead to unrest among the populace. The contrasting experiences of the wealthy and the impoverished underscored the fragile nature of social cohesion, often leading to civil discord when grain supplies dwindled. Barley also emerged as a symbol of Roman resilience. During times of crisis, the state implemented measures to safeguard supplies, ensuring that the empire could endure through adversity. These efforts included grain storage facilities and the establishment of trade routes that connected various provinces. Such strategies reflected an understanding of the critical role that food played in maintaining the fabric of society, reinforcing the notion that sustenance was intertwined with power dynamics and governance in this vast civilization. Sein size Vassarversation. The concept of rationing emerged from necessity, evolving as a response to resource scarcity and socio-political challenges. Initially, it served to distribute limited supplies equitably among citizens, ensuring that even the most vulnerable could access essential nourishment. Over time, these practices became institutionalized, formalizing the distribution of grains like barley, a staple that held significant cultural and nutritional value. Onge Antigs Formalizations recognized the need for structured systems to manage food reserves. This region saw the establishment of granaries, where surplus was stored during abundant harvests, safeguarding against future shortages. These facilities not only acted as repositories but also as symbols of authority, embodying the power of governing bodies to control resources. As populations expanded, the evolution of rationing reflected the complexities of urbanization and military campaigns. Increased demand necessitated strategic allocation, particularly during times of conflict when supply lines were disrupted. It was during these periods that officials meticulously documented grain stocks, implementing measures to monitor consumption and prevent hoarding. The transformation of rationing over centuries illustrates a delicate balance between sustenance and governance. Decisions regarding food distribution were intertwined with political stability, influencing social hierarchies and community relations. This intricate web of dynamics reveals how provisions were not merely about survival, but also a means of reinforcing societal structures. The significance of agriculture within the Roman economy cannot be overstated. The cultivation of crops formed the cornerstone of economic stability and social hierarchy, Grains, particularly barley and wheat, served as the primary sustenance for the populace, sustaining both the labor force and the military. This reliance on agriculture established a direct link between land ownership and wealth, creating a complex social stratification. Barley, in particular, was cultivated extensively in the provinces, often used in rations for soldiers and lower classes. This grain was not only essential for daily nourishment but also played a pivotal role in trade. The surplus generated from productive fields facilitated commerce, connecting various regions through a network of exchanges. The harvest cycles dictated the rhythms of life, influencing everything from taxation to labor availability. The agrarian landscape, marked by vast estates, demonstrated the power and wealth of landowners, while smaller farms contributed to local economies. This duality underscored the intricate balance between large-scale production and local sustenance. Agricultural innovations, such as crop rotation and irrigation techniques, further enhanced yields, solidifying the economic foundation of the empire. In this context, the agricultural practices developed and maintained not only ensured food security but also perpetuated the societal norms and power dynamics that defined Roman civilization. Barley cultivation techniques in ancient Rome exemplified the integration of agricultural innovation with the demands of a growing empire. This grain, valued for its versatility, thrived in various environments, enabling widespread growth across the provinces. Sowing usually occurred in the autumn months, ensuring that the crop would mature just in time for the warmer seasons. This timing was crucial as the climate played a significant role in yield outcomes. Farmers utilized a method known as broadcasting, where seeds were scattered over the prepared soil. This technique facilitated even distribution, promoting uniform growth. Irrigation systems, consisting of ditches and channels, directed water from nearby rivers to arid fields. The successful implementation of these systems not only enhanced barley production, but also showcased the engineering prowess of the Romans. Harvesting typically took place during the early summer, employing sickles for efficient cutting. The grain was then threshed to separate the edible kernels from the chaff. Post-harvest, storage techniques were vital. Granaries built with proper ventilation safeguarded the grain from spoilage and pests, ensuring a stable food supply for both the populace and the military. This region's barley production was not merely an agricultural endeavor. It significantly impacted trade, contributing to the economy and sustaining the legions that expanded Roman influence across continents. The management of grain storage practices in Roman times exemplified advanced engineering and foresight. Structures designed for this purpose featured thick walls and elevated platforms, often constructed with local stone and clay, which facilitated air circulation. These designs minimized moisture accumulation, a critical factor in preventing mold and decay. The careful selection of site locations, often away from damp areas, further enhanced the longevity of stored barley. In addition to physical architecture, techniques such as the use of sealed containers and the addition of natural preservatives played essential roles. Grain was occasionally mixed with ash or other substances to deter pests, ensuring the integrity of the harvest over extended periods. This meticulous approach allowed vast quantities of barley to be stored, effectively mitigating the risk of famine during lean years. Hoarding also occurred, particularly during times of uncertainty or conflict. Military commanders and local leaders would stockpile grain to ensure the sustenance of troops and citizens alike.
This practice,
While practical, bred tension within communities as access to food became a point of contention. The careful balance between supply and demand dictated the social dynamics of Roman life, revealing the deep interconnectedness between agriculture, military readiness, and economic stability. Such considerations highlight the significance of grain storage in shaping the Roman Empire's enduring legacy. The social hierarchy within the Roman Empire dictated not only the distribution of food, but also the dynamics of power and influence. This stratified society placed great emphasis on status, often resulting in unequal access to vital resources, including grain. The elite enjoyed lavish banquets where fine foods were served, while the lower classes relied on basic rations. The disparity was stark, revealing the underlying tensions that could surface in times of scarcity. Grain distribution was managed through a complex system that involved both state-controlled granaries and local markets. In urban centers, the distribution networks were essential for maintaining stability. Officials ensured that the plebeians received their allotted rations, a crucial measure to prevent unrest. Bread became a symbol of sustenance, its availability directly linked to social order. Rations were not merely a means of survival, they were a tool of governance. The provision of grain could secure loyalty and pacify discontent, reinforcing the authority of the ruling class. Public distributions, known as the anona, served to demonstrate the state's power and benevolence. Yet they also exposed the fragility of this dependence on agricultural yields. Then, in times of harvest failures or military campaigns that disrupted supply routes, the ramifications were profound. The empire's resilience hinged on the efficiency of these systems, revealing the intricate relationship between food, power, and society. Barley served as a staple food, deeply embedded in the everyday lives of Roman citizens. This grain, revered for its adaptability, flourished across diverse climates. Securing its role in sustaining populations, it provided essential nutrition, often ground into flour for bread or brewed into a fermented beverage that nourished both body and spirit. The cultivation of barley was not merely an agricultural endeavor, it became a symbol of stability within the empire. Regions dedicated to its production were vital to the economic framework, generating trade routes and securing livelihoods. This grain's significance extended beyond sustenance, influencing social structures and rituals. Festivals celebrating barley harvests reflected its centrality to Roman culture, reinforcing community bonds that transcended social hierarchies. The grain found its way into the rations of soldiers, symbolizing the connection between sustenance and military strength. The reliance on barley illuminated the vulnerabilities within the empire. Fluctuations in yield due to climatic changes or mismanagement could lead to food shortages, triggering unrest. Such occurrences highlighted the delicate balance between available resources and the populace's well-being. In this context, barley was more than a food source. It embodied the interplay of agricultural practices and societal stability, underpinning the Roman identity throughout centuries of expansion and challenge. Climate significantly influenced barley yields, creating a delicate balance between agricultural productivity and environmental conditions. Variability in temperature and precipitation patterns directly impacted growth cycles, shaping harvest outcomes. These fluctuations often dictated the ability to sustain populations, particularly in regions where barley held substantial economic and nutritional importance. The Roman Empire, spanning diverse climates, faced challenges that could disrupt this fragile equilibrium. Prolonged droughts diminished soil moisture, leading to stunted growth and reduced harvests. Conversely, Excessive rainfall could result in waterlogged fields, fostering conditions conducive to disease and rot. Such environmental stresses not only affected individual farmers but also rippled through markets, impacting trade and food availability across vast distances. Seasonal shifts played a critical role in determining planting and harvesting schedules. Warm temperatures initiated germination, while frost threatened to devastate young crops. This relationship between climate and barley yields underscored the necessity of adapting agricultural practices to local conditions. Knowledge passed through generations allowed communities to develop strategies to mitigate risks, such as crop rotation and soil management techniques. The barley ration system in the Roman army emerged as a vital component of military logistics. This grain, a staple in the Roman diet, served not only as sustenance but also as a strategic resource essential for maintaining troop morale and efficiency. The rigorous demands of the military necessitated a structured approach to provisioning, reflecting the intricate organization of the Roman Empire. Barley was distributed at specific intervals, ensuring that soldiers received consistent nourishment while on campaign. This rationing system was carefully calculated, taking into account the number of troops, the duration of their deployment, and the local availability of resources. Such methods were critical, especially during prolonged engagements where supply lines could become compromised. In times of scarcity, the reliance on barley highlighted the vulnerabilities within military operations. The consequences of rationing could lead to unrest among soldiers who depended on this staple for their strength and endurance. As the empire expanded, the logistical challenge of feeding legions became increasingly complex, requiring adaptations in both strategy and distribution methods.
The oversight of this process fell to centurions, who monitored consumption and adjusted rations based on the evolving circumstances of campaigns. This attention to detail underpinned the effectiveness of the Roman military, illustrating how even the simplest of provisions could influence the broader outcomes of military endeavors. And the impact of war on food supplies created a complex network of logistical challenges. Regions once rich in agricultural yield found themselves stripped bare. As armies advanced and retreated, this depletion extended beyond mere crop destruction. It altered the agricultural cycle itself, leading to long-term food scarcity in various territories. The Roman military, in its extensive campaigns, often requisitioned local resources, leaving communities vulnerable and impoverished. And the phenomenon was not limited to immediate battlefields. The supply lines stretched across vast distances, requiring meticulous planning and coordination. If these lines faltered, the consequences could be dire. Soldiers relied heavily on what could be transported. Grain, dried fruits, and salted meats became staples of military rations as they were easier to preserve and transport. The disruption of these supplies meant that armies faced not only the enemy in combat, but also the specter of malnutrition. Territorial conflicts often escalated into protracted sieges, further exacerbating local food shortages. The inhabitants of besieged cities experienced deprivation, their diets reduced to the bare essentials. This created a ripple effect, where the effects of warfare reached far beyond the battlefield, influencing social structures and economic stability in profound ways. The very fabric of communities unraveled under the weight of scarcity, leading to a stark transformation of societal dynamics. Barley, a staple grain, became a critical component in sustaining the Roman military, directly influencing their strategic operations. This grain served not only as a primary food source for troops, but also as fodder for cavalry mounts. With the legions heavily reliant on this resource, logistical networks were established to ensure a steady supply across vast territories. Fortified granaries dotted the landscape, strategically positioned to minimize the risk of supply disruptions. The cultivation of barley was not merely an agricultural endeavor. It was intricately linked to military efficiency. Regions favorable for barley production were prioritized, shaping settlement patterns and influencing local economies. The grain's ability to withstand harsh environments made it a preferred choice, particularly in arid regions where other crops struggled. In times of conflict, the control over barley sources often dictated the outcomes of campaigns. Enemy armies targeting these supply lines could severely undermine Roman strength, forcing shifts in strategy to preserve access to this vital resource. The outthinothings of barley extended beyond sustenance. It became a symbol of power and stability. With each harvest, the Roman military solidified its dominance, reinforcing the notion that agricultural abundance was synonymous with martial success. This interdependence of grain and warfare exemplified the intricate connections that defined the Roman military's operational strategies. Barley rationing directly influenced the economic landscape of the Roman Empire. Adjustments in supply dictated the availability of this crucial grain, impacting not just soldiers but the civilian population as well. When rations were reduced, the repercussions rippled through markets, leading to increased prices for essentials. The demand for barley rose, creating a strain on agricultural production. This pressure prompted farmers to allocate more land to barley cultivation, often at the expense of other crops, thereby altering local economies and communities. The reliance on barley extended beyond mere sustenance. It became a symbol of status and power. Access to adequate rations often determined loyalty and morale among troops. Discontent was palpable during times of scarcity, as soldiers faced prolonged campaigns without sufficient nourishment. Such situations could lead to unrest, undermining the very military cohesion that drove the empire's expansion. Local economies adapted to these challenges, with some regions becoming known for their barley production. Trade routes evolved, emphasizing the importance of this grain in facilitating commerce across the empire. The efficient distribution of barley was critical, shaping logistical frameworks and resource management strategies. In extreme circumstances, the decision to allocate barley for military purposes over civilian needs resulted in unrest, highlighting the delicate balance between sustaining an army and maintaining the fabric of society. The psychological effects of food scarcity permeated through the populace, manifesting as anxiety and despair. In this region, the absence of adequate sustenance led to a pervasive sense of hopelessness. Individuals once confident in their daily provisions now faced uncertainty, their routines disrupted by the gnawing hunger that pervaded their lives. Communities fractured as priorities shifted. Trust eroded under the weight of desperation. Families, once united in their efforts to procure nourishment, found themselves at odds, competing for dwindling resources. This competition fostered a culture of suspicion, where neighbors became rivals rather than allies. Cognitive functions were impaired by the constant preoccupation with food scarcity. Decision-making deteriorated as individuals struggled to focus on tasks unrelated to their immediate survival. The psychological toll became evident in diminished productivity, leading to further economic decline. Amidst these conditions, social cohesion weakened. Rituals and traditions that once bound communities together faded into memory. The very essence of collective identity began to dissolve, leaving behind a fragmented society grappling with the ramifications of hunger. As you show, in the midst of this turmoil, the military remained largely unaffected, its ranks well-fed, emphasizing the growing chasm between those who served and those who suffered. This disparity,
only heightened the psychological strain as resentment brewed and the spirit of resistance quietly emerged. Barley rations became an emblem of status within the Roman spare life, serving not only as sustenance but also as a marker of societal standing. The allocation of this grain reflected the intricate hierarchy that governed daily existence. For the affluent, ample supplies of barley signified prosperity and privilege, while the less fortunate faced meager portions, fostering a sense of inferiority and deprivation. The disparity in access to such a basic necessity was emblematic of broader social inequalities entrenched in Roman society. In the marketplace, the exchange of barley was imbued with layers of meaning, often becoming a silent currency in the negotiation of power dynamics. Merchants and traders wielded their control over rations, reinforcing their influence, while the scarcity experienced by the lower classes cemented their subservient position. This grain, once a staple of nourishment, transformed into a bittersweet reflection of dignity and humiliation. Communities began to forge bonds over shared struggles, as the collective experience of rationing sparked conversations around justice and equity. The echo of these discussions traversed the streets, intertwining with the daily rhythms of life. In this environment, barley rations transcended their role as mere food, embodying the complex interplay of survival, social identity, and the quest for dignity amidst the relentless march of an unforgiving system. The intrinsic connection between food and dignity permeated Roman life, where sustenance was often interwoven with societal status. Barley, a staple of the lower classes, symbolized a stark reminder of one's position within the intricate hierarchy. It served not only as the primary source of nourishment, but also as a marker of humiliation for those reliant on it for survival. The grain's association with poverty rendered it a bitter pill for many, reflecting their diminished standing in a society that revered abundance. In stark contrast, the elite feasted on a lavish array of foods, reinforcing their privilege, while the masses struggled with meager portions. This disparity fostered an environment where the consumption of barley became synonymous with a loss of dignity, a constant reminder of one's place in the social order. The act of receiving rations often elicited feelings of shame, as the very sustenance meant to sustain life simultaneously signified subjugation. Fields of barley, once a source of sustenance, morphed into symbols of the broader socio-economic divide. The erosion of dignity through the act of eating reflected the harsh realities faced by the impoverished. Thus, the relationship between food and identity became a poignant commentary on the human experience, illustrating how survival often comes at the expense of self-worth in a rigidly stratified society. Barley held a significant position within Roman festivals and rituals, embodying both sustenance and symbolic meaning. In various ceremonies dedicated to deities, this grain was often employed as an offering, representing fertility, abundance, and gratitude. Ritualistic practices included scattering barley seeds upon the ground, believed to invoke blessings and ensure prosperous harvests. During the Ludi Romani, a festival honoring Jupiter, barley was incorporated into games and celebrations, reinforcing communal bonds. Participants consumed barley-based foods, experiencing a shared connection to the earth and its cycles. In agricultural rites, the grain served as a pivotal element, connecting the populace to their agrarian roots and reflecting the seasonal rhythms that governed their lives. The use of barley extended to funerary customs, where it was included in offerings to the deceased. It symbolized nourishment for the journey beyond, highlighting a belief in the continuity of life through cyclical processes. This duality of barley as a source of sustenance and a ritualistic offering illustrates its integral role in both daily life and sacred traditions. While Roman society displayed marked disparities in wealth and status, the presence of barley in these communal settings acted as a unifying force. It bridged the gap between the elite and the common citizen, revealing how shared rituals could temporarily obscure the rigid hierarchies that dominated their existence. Barley occupied a significant position within Roman dietary laws, serving not only as a staple food, but also as a symbol of resilience and adaptability. This grain thrived in the diverse climates across the empire, making it accessible to various social classes. It provided essential nutrients, contributing to the sustenance of both soldiers and civilians alike. Regulations surrounding barley were often intertwined with agricultural practices and economic strategies. These laws dictated how barley could be cultivated, harvested, and distributed. Such regulations ensured that this grain remained a reliable resource, crucial for maintaining the stability of the population. In times of scarcity, barley rations became a primary means of sustenance, particularly for the less fortunate. The consumption of barley extended beyond mere survival. It featured prominently in religious rituals and public feasts, where the grain was transformed into porridge or bread. These culinary practices reflected both the cultural values of the Romans and their reverence for the earth's bounty.
Despite its humble nature, barley was sometimes considered inferior to wheat, highlighting the complexities of social hierarchy within dietary choices. In moments of crisis, the reliance on barley underscored the vulnerability of the empire. While it served as a foundation for daily life, it also symbolized the fragility of societal structures, revealing the intricate balance between sustenance and status. Barley emerged as a significant component of the Roman diet, influencing public health across various social strata. Its nutritional aspects provided essential vitamins and minerals, supporting the physical well-being of a substantial portion of the population. This grain, rich in fiber, contributed to digestive health and offered a steady source of energy. In a city bustling with activity, barley became a staple, sustaining workers and laborers who formed the backbone of Rome's economy. But despite its benefits, the reliance on barley also introduced vulnerabilities within the population. Periodic shortages due to poor harvests or unfavorable weather conditions often led to malnutrition and increased susceptibility to disease. This grain's role in the diet highlighted the interconnectedness of agriculture, economy, and health. The poorer citizens, who relied heavily on barley rations, faced significant risks during times of scarcity, resulting in elevated mortality rates. Health outcomes were not uniform. Wealthier citizens had access to a wider variety of foods, which fortified their resilience against the health crises affecting the lower classes. Over time, these disparities became evident in the demographic trends, as the health impacts of barley consumption further entrenched social inequalities. The grain's dual nature, as both sustenance and a symbol of societal divides, painted a complex picture of life in ancient Rome, revealing the profound influence of agriculture on public health. The transition from barley to wheat marked a significant societal shift within this ancient civilization. Wheat, with its higher yield and versatility, gradually replaced barley as the staple grain. This change was not merely an agricultural adjustment. It reflected deeper economic and social transformations. The cultivation of wheat required different farming techniques and labor dynamics, leading to shifts in land ownership and agricultural practices. This new grain, considered more desirable, became a status symbol among the affluent, who could afford to consume it regularly. Its popularity among the elite further entrenched class divisions, as access to wheat-based products became synonymous with wealth and power. Meanwhile, the lower classes continued to rely on barley, perpetuating the existing social stratification. The increased demand for wheat prompted innovations in farming equipment and techniques, fostering advancements in agricultural science. Crop rotations and fertilization practices evolved, allowing for more efficient utilization of land. These developments not only increased yields but also altered the landscape. Fields once filled with barley began to transform, showcasing the golden waves of wheat swaying gently under the sun. As the empire expanded, wheat became a crucial trade commodity, linking distant provinces through commerce. This interconnectedness shaped not only the economy but also cultural exchanges, influencing diets, culinary practices, and the role of women in barley production was both substantial and nuanced. Traditionally, they were responsible for various aspects of cultivation, from planting to harvesting. This labor required resilience and skill, reflecting the societal reliance on this grain as a staple food source. Women often managed the family plots, utilizing traditional knowledge passed down through generations to optimize crop yield. During the harvest, their contributions intensified as they worked alongside men to gather the grain. This collaboration was essential, not merely for efficiency, but also for the preservation of community ties. Once the barley was collected, women took on the critical task of processing it, transforming raw grain into flour. This labor was vital, as it directly impacted the household's sustenance. The significance of barley extended beyond practical uses. It influenced social structures and rituals. Women participated in the preparation of food for religious ceremonies, reinforcing their role within the community. They also held knowledge that was essential to the production of alcoholic beverages, which played a central role in social gatherings. This cultural significance of barley intertwined with gender roles, as women's work was often undervalued despite its importance. Their efforts ensured the survival and prosperity of households, demonstrating an intricate balance between labor and social status in ancient societies. Barley occupies a prominent place in Roman literature, serving as both a staple food and a symbol of resilience. Accounts of this grain appear in various texts, revealing its significance beyond mere sustenance. Poets and philosophers often utilized it as a metaphor for the simplicity and harsh realities of agrarian life. In the writings of Virgil, barley emerges as a representation of the earth's bounty, symbolizing the connection between humanity and nature. Imagery associated with barley often reflects themes of labor, toil, and the cycle of life. This grain is depicted as a gift from the gods, bestowed upon the Romans to sustain them through trials and tribulations. In agricultural manuals, it is detailed as a crop that thrives even in adverse conditions, reinforcing its status as a cornerstone of Roman agricultural practices. References to barley can also be found in the context of military campaigns. Soldiers relied on it as a primary food source, critical for maintaining strength during long marches. This reliance not only highlights its nutritional value, but also underscores the societal reliance on this grain during times of conflict. Okontrina, Meister, Nyson. The grain's presence in religious rituals signifies its importance in both daily life and spiritual practices. The reverence for barley in literature reflects its integral role in shaping Roman identity
and sustaining the fabric of society. Barley rations varied significantly across social classes, directly influencing the quality of life experienced by different strata of Roman society. The elite, enjoying access to abundant resources, often consumed more refined grains and luxury foods, relegating barley to a secondary status in their diets. In contrast, the lower classes relied heavily on barley as a staple, a lifeline in times of scarcity. This reliance underscores the grain's role not merely as sustenance but as a defining element of social hierarchy. The distribution of barley rations was heavily regulated, reflecting broader economic conditions and political decisions. In times of crisis, such as during famines or military campaigns, the allocation of barley rations became a critical matter of survival. The grain's presence at the bottom of the social ladder highlighted the stark disparities in nutrition and health between the wealthy and the impoverished. While the affluent could afford to supplement their diets with diverse ingredients, those in the lower echelons faced the daily reality of consuming meager rations, often prepared as porridge or bread. This disparity illustrates the profound societal implications of barley as a staple. Its consumption was not merely about sustenance but also a reflection of one's place within the intricate social mosaic of Rome, shaping not only diets but also the very essence of identity and existence. The barley trade served as a vital economic engine within the expansive confines of the Roman Empire. This grain, prized for its versatility and resilience, became a crucial commodity, linking agricultural practices to the intricacies of commerce. Its cultivation flourished across diverse regions, reflecting the climate and soil suitability. The extensive network of trade routes allowed for the efficient movement of barley from fertile fields to urban centers, underscoring its role in sustaining the growing populace. Markets thrived on the exchange of barley, where it was not only sold but also used as currency in various transactions. This grain facilitated commerce, becoming a benchmark for value alongside more precious goods. The presence of barley in trade records illustrates its economic significance, serving as a staple in both local and international markets. Barley production also prompted innovations in farming techniques, as farmers adapted to meet the demands of an ever-expanding market. The impact of supply and demand influenced pricing, creating a fluctuating landscape that reflected broader economic conditions. Additionally, its role extended beyond mere consumption. It was integral to the provisioning of armies, thus intertwining agricultural output with military strategy. In this manner, barley emerged as more than a simple crop. It became a cornerstone of Rome's socio-economic structure, shaping the dynamics of power and influence within the empire. Key figures in Roman agriculture played a pivotal role in the cultivation and distribution of barley, influencing the empire's food supply and economic stability. Landowners, known as latifundia, managed vast estates, where they invested in agricultural advancements and efficient farming methods. These individuals often employed tenant farmers who worked the land in exchange for a share of the harvest. This relationship created a system that maximized barley production, ensuring a steady supply for both civilian populations and military needs. Agricultural laborers formed the backbone of this operation. Utilizing techniques passed down through generations, they relied on seasonal cycles, soil fertility, and irrigation methods to enhance yields. Innovations such as crop rotation and selective breeding of barley varieties enabled them to adapt to changing climatic conditions and pests, thus sustaining production levels. Political leaders recognized the importance of barley, enacting policies to support its cultivation. These initiatives included land reforms and subsidies, aimed at bolstering local production. Additionally, military logistics were intricately tied to barley supply chains, as armies required consistent sustenance during campaigns. Through this interconnected web of agricultural practices and political will, barley remained a vital resource in maintaining the Roman Empire's stability and power, reflecting the intricacies of their societal structure. Geography played a pivotal role in shaping barley farming practices across the Roman Empire. Regions with fertile soils, particularly in the Mediterranean basin, provided the ideal conditions for cultivation. This environment allowed for the growth of high-quality barley, which was necessary for sustenance and trade. Proximity to water sources facilitated irrigation, enhancing crop yields and supporting expansive agricultural networks. In contrast, arid areas faced significant challenges. Limited rainfall and poor soil quality necessitated innovative farming techniques. Farmers in these regions adopted dry farming methods, relying on seasonal moisture retention strategies to sustain their crops. These adaptive measures underscored the resilience of agricultural practices in response to geographic constraints. The topography of the land also influenced the distribution of barley. Valleys and plains became prime locations for large-scale cultivation, while mountainous regions saw smaller, subsistence-level farming. Trade routes developed alongside these agricultural hubs, enabling the movement of barley to urban centers where it served as a crucial food source for the burgeoning population. Climate variability further impacted barley production. Fluctuations in temperature and precipitation could lead to crop failures or bumper harvests, directly affecting the empire's food security. The reliance on this grain reflected the intimate connection between geography, agriculture, and the stability of Roman society, shaping not only daily life but the empire's broader economic framework. Barley rations played a pivotal role in sustaining the burgeoning urban centers of the Roman Empire. In cities like Rome, where the population surged to over 1 million inhabitants, the demand for sustenance intensified. This grain became a staple, providing essential nutrition to the working classes and the military, thus fueling the empire's expansion and maintenance. The logistics of transporting barley from rural farmlands to urban markets were intricate. Vast networks of roads and waterways facilitated the movement of these vital supplies, ensuring that city dwellers received their rations without interruption. Granaries strategically placed throughout urban areas helped manage stockpiles, alleviating the impact of crop failures or seasonal shortages. In this context, the significance of barley extended beyond mere sustenance. It represented the social fabric of urban life. The distribution of grain often dictated political relationships, with officials using rations to gain favor and maintain order among the populace. Discontent over food shortages could lead to unrest, forcing leaders to prioritize agricultural productivity and efficient distribution systems. As urbanization progressed, the reliance on barley also highlighted the vulnerability of cities to agricultural fluctuations. The balance between rural and urban demands became a delicate equation, revealing the intricate ties that linked agricultural health to the stability of the empire's most populous regions. Rituals surrounding barley cultivation were integral to agricultural practices, intertwining the lives of farmers with their spiritual beliefs. These ceremonies often invoked deities associated with fertility and harvest, reflecting the community's reliance on favorable weather and soil conditions. Such divine supplications served both as reassurance and a method of establishing social cohesion among the farmers. Cultivation rituals typically commenced with the first plowing of the field, where offerings of barley were presented to the gods, symbolizing a plea for bounteous yields. This region's inhabitants believed that the success of their barley crops directly correlated with divine favor. When drought or blight struck, these communities engaged in more fervent prayers and sacrifices, demonstrating a profound connection between faith and sustenance. Harvest festivals celebrated the bounty of the fields, honoring both deities and the laborers who toiled under the sun. These communal gatherings reinforced the significance of barley within the local economy, underscoring its role as not merely a staple food but also a sacred gift. In times of crisis, the preservation of barley reserves became a matter of spiritual and physical survival. Merging the agricultural cycle with the rhythm of religious observance, such dynamics illustrate how deeply rooted beliefs shaped the agricultural landscape, influencing practices that have echoed through centuries. The barley tax marked a pivotal point in the relationship between governance and agriculture. This regulation aimed to control production and distribution of barley, a staple in Roman society. By imposing taxes on barley, authorities sought not only to bolster the empire's coffers, but also to stabilize grain supply throughout the region. It became a tool for maintaining order, reflecting the centralization of power in an expansive empire, and to move compliance with these regulations was crucial. Farmers were often compelled to adhere to strict quotas, leading to an intricate web of obligations that dictated their agricultural practices. This control extended beyond mere taxation. It influenced crop selection and cultivation techniques. Barley, being resilient and versatile, became a focal point within this system. The government's oversight ensured that sufficient quantities reached urban centers, securing food for the populace and preventing civil unrest. The consequences of such regulation were multifaceted. While it provided a reliable food source, it also fostered resentment among farmers who faced relentless scrutiny and penalties for non-compliance. The tension between autonomy and state control created a complex dynamic that shaped rural life. Over time, the barley tax not only transformed agricultural practices, but also left an indelible mark on societal structures, reflecting the ongoing struggle between individual agency and institutional authority. These societal structures adapted to accommodate the burgeoning demand for barley, leading to the establishment of intricate trade routes throughout the Roman Empire. Key cities emerged as trading hubs, facilitating the exchange of this essential grain. The vast network of roads and waterways facilitated the movement of barley from fertile regions to urban centers, where it became crucial for sustaining the population. In this region, trade routes connected the Mediterranean coastline with inland agricultural territories. Merchants transported barley using horse-drawn carts and river vessels, ensuring that it reached even the most distant provinces. The efficiency of these routes allowed for the swift distribution of barley to meet the needs of armies and citizens alike. The grain's significance extended beyond sustenance, influencing military strategy and economic stability. Marketplaces thrived as merchants congregated, providing a vibrant atmosphere filled with the exchange of goods and ideas. Traders established relationships with local farmers, creating a symbiotic system that benefited both parties. Barley has established relationships with local farmers, creating a symbiotic system that benefited both parties. Barley, as established, versatile in its use, found its way into various facets of daily life, from bread to animal feed, affirming its role as a staple. The significance of these trade routes extended beyond mere commerce, reflecting the interconnectedness of the empire and the reliance on agricultural products to sustain its expanding populace and institutions. Tools employed in barley processing, reveal a sophisticated understanding of agricultural practices. Stone querns, utilized for grinding, demonstrate the ingenuity in transforming grains into flour. These devices, often made of two circular stones, facilitated the creation of a fine powder, essential for baking. The grinding process was labor-intensive, requiring considerable skill and time, yet it marked a significant advancement in food preparation. The advent of threshing techniques allowed for the efficient separation of barley grains from their husks. Wooden tools, such as the threshing board, played a crucial role in this endeavor. The rhythmic motion of the board against the harvested stalks ensured maximum yield, optimizing resources in an era where every grain counted. Watermills and immersoths, an innovation of the time, began to emerge, utilizing flowing water to automate grinding processes. These structures indicated a shift toward more efficient, large-scale production, contributing to the stability of grain supplies. Storage techniques, including granaries built from clay and mud, protected valuable resources from pests and moisture. This foresight in preservation ensured that barley could be stored for extended periods, safeguarding against seasonal fluctuations in harvest. The amalgamation of these tools and techniques not only facilitated barley processing, but also underscored the ingenuity of a civilization that relied heavily on this essential grain for sustenance and stability. The reliance on barley rations, while critical for survival, brought with it a series of nutritional deficiencies that affected the Roman populace. This grain, although versatile, lacked certain vital nutrients necessary for optimal health. Its low protein content, particularly in comparison to other grains, meant that those subsisting primarily on barley often faced issues related to muscle maintenance and overall vitality. Deficiencies in essential vitamins and minerals became increasingly apparent, leading to ailments that could weaken the body over time. Iron, for instance, was insufficient in barley, contributing to widespread instances of anemia. The absence of adequate vitamin B12 further exacerbated these health issues, creating a cycle of fatigue and diminished cognitive function. The situation became especially dire during periods of scarcity, when reliance on barley intensified. With limited access to fruits, vegetables, and alternative protein sources, the nutritional landscape became stark and unyielding. The consequences were visible in the health of soldiers, laborers, and families, revealing a stark contrast between the empire's military might and the fragility of its citizens' health. These deficiencies highlighted the vulnerabilities inherent in a system so heavily dependent on a singular crop. The reliance on barley, while a testament to the ingenuity of agricultural practices, the barley famine, a significant event in the annals of Roman history, arose from a confluence of climatic fluctuations and mismanagement of resources. Erratic weather patterns led to prolonged droughts in key agricultural regions, crippling the yields of barley, an essential staple for the populace and military. The impact of these environmental changes rippled through the economy, straining the already tenuous supply chains that supported urban centers. With diminishing harvests, prices soared, rendering barley unaffordable for many. This scarcity disrupted the daily lives of citizens, forcing communities to confront the harsh reality of hunger. In response, the government implemented measures to ration available supplies. These actions, however, often fell short of alleviating widespread distress. The despair among the lower classes escalated, resulting in social unrest and challenges to authority. Consequences extended beyond immediate human suffering. Agricultural practices faced scrutiny as the reliance on monocultures became evident. The overdependence on barley highlighted vulnerabilities within the Roman agricultural system, prompting discussions on the need for diversification. The famine's legacy prompted an eventual reconsideration of food distribution policies and led to reforms aimed at enhancing resilience against future crises. This period illuminated the fragile interplay between nature, governance, and societal stability, serving as a sobering reminder of the complexities inherent in sustaining a civilization. The degradation of the soldiers' provisions significantly impacted morale, laying bare the vulnerabilities of an expansive empire. Rations often included barley, a grain less esteemed than wheat, leading to discontent among troops accustomed to more palatable fare. This dietary shift highlighted not only the scarcity of resources, but also the perceived neglect by leadership. The consumption of barley, suggested as a substitute for more desirable grains, became emblematic of a broader sense of humiliation and decline. These soldiers, as tasked with defending the vast borders of the empire, found their spirits dampened by inadequate sustenance. The psychological toll of subsisting on inferior rations contributed to a growing disillusionment with authority figures, whose decisions increasingly appeared disconnected from the realities faced in the field. The connection between nourishment and morale became starkly evident, as empty stomachs translated into empty hearts. In this environment, loyalty wavered. Desertions rose as soldiers sought alternatives to their daily struggles. Tactical decisions were influenced by the food crisis, shifting focus from disciplined engagement to survival. The consequences extended beyond the immediate, echoing through military campaigns and altering the course of history. The reliance on barley, once a staple, transformed into a symbol of the empire's fragility, reflecting profound implications for its future resilience. Barley, cultivated extensively across the provinces, served as a fundamental element in the Roman diet and economy. It sustained the legions, providing essential nutrients necessary for their endurance in military campaigns. This grain also became a critical component in the rations distributed to urban populations, securing social stability in the sprawling cities of the empire. The fields of barley, stretching across diverse landscapes, were not merely agricultural sites, but integral to maintaining the imperial structure. In addition, the vast trade networks established through imperial conquests facilitated barley's movement between regions. This grain, once localized in certain areas, found its way into the hands of distant communities, linking them to the core of Roman authority. The production and distribution of barley underscored the empire's capacity to exert control and influence over its territories. The economic significance of barley was matched by its cultural relevance. Festivals often celebrated the harvest, revering the grain as a gift from the gods. Yet as the empire faced increasing pressures from internal strife and external threats, the symbolism of barley shifted. What was once a mark of prosperity became associated with scarcity, reflecting the diminishing power of Roman imperialism. These shifts in perception around barley laid bare the vulnerabilities inherent within the vast machinery of the empire, foreshadowing deeper challenges yet to come. The psychological impact of food rationing extended far beyond mere sustenance, infiltrating the minds of both citizens and soldiers. With each measure of barley allocated, a sense of deprivation permeated daily life, instilling anxiety within communities that once thrived on abundance. This region, once bustling with trade and commerce, now echoed with whispers of shortages and the gnawing uncertainty of tomorrow. Military morale suffered, as the sight of empty granaries contrasted sharply with the legacies of past victories. Soldiers, reliant on the promise of adequate provisions, found their resolve weakened with each ration cut. The diminishing supply chain not only impacted physical strength, but also eroded the very spirit that had fueled conquests across distant lands. In urban areas, unrest simmered beneath the surface as hunger transformed into resentment towards authority. The once revered leaders, now unable to fulfill basic needs, faced increasing scrutiny. The connection between sustenance and stability became evident. Food shortages acted as a catalyst for rebellion, pushing the populace to question their loyalty to a faltering empire. As these tensions escalated, propaganda emerged, painting a picture of resilience amidst adversity. Yet, beneath this veneer lay a profound psychological struggle, where the scarcity of barley served as a constant reminder of vulnerability and impermanence within the once mighty Roman framework. The scarcity of barley not only influenced individual lives, but also reshaped the broader economic landscape in the post-empire context. This grain, once a staple for the legions and the populace alike, became a critical barometer of stability and resilience. Local economies, heavily reliant on agriculture, found themselves grappling with declining yields and increased demand. Barley's role transitioned from mere sustenance to a symbol of economic vitality. Without it, trade routes weakened and the intricate networks that once flourished began to fray. It served as a currency of sorts, a means for barter and negotiation, especially among communities that faced the encroaching uncertainty of a fragmented political structure. Harvests, once celebrated with festivals, became fraught with tension. The fields, often barren or underproducing, mirrored the societal disquiet. Farmers, struggling against the elements and dwindling resources, faced the dual pressure of maintaining tradition while adapting to dire circumstances. These conditions fostered a new reality, where survival depended on resilience and innovation. Communities formed alliances to share resources, cultivating a sense of solidarity amidst adversity. The humble grain, in its essence, transformed from a fundamental food source to a critical pivot around which the remnants of society reconfigured their existence, navigating the complexities of a post-imperial world. In contemporary society, the influence of barley persists, shaping culinary practices and agricultural trends. This grain, once emblematic of survival and adaptation, has woven itself into diverse diets around the globe. Its nutritional benefits enhance health-conscious choices, while its versatility aids in the creation of various products ranging from traditional breads to craft beers. Regions that embraced barley during ancient times have retained its significance, fostering a cultural legacy that transcends mere sustenance. Festivals celebrate harvests, with communities gathering to honor the grain that once nourished their ancestors. In these gatherings, the shared history is palpable, linking generations through rituals centered around cultivation and consumption. Research continues to explore barley's role in sustainable agriculture, highlighting its resilience in challenging climates.
This grain's ability to thrive in poor soil conditions and require less water than other staples positions it as a potential cornerstone in modern agricultural practices. The conversations surrounding food security and climate adaptation often reference its historical importance, providing a bridge between the past and future. In the realm of gastronomy, the resurgence of ancient grains, including barley, illustrates a growing trend towards embracing heritage ingredients. Chefs showcase its unique flavors and textures, reflecting a cultural appreciation that honors its legacy while adapting to contemporary palates. This enduring connection affirms its status as more than a mere crop. It embodies the continuity of human experience. Archaeological evidence reveals the significance of barley rations in the daily lives of ancient Romans.
Excavations in urban centers and rural landscapes have unearthed storage facilities filled with remnants of this grain, highlighting its role as a staple food source. Analysis of these sites shows that barley was often processed and distributed in measured portions, suggesting a system of management that regulated access to this vital resource. In military encampments, the discovery of barley rations provides insight into the sustenance of soldiers during campaigns. These findings indicate that rations were standardized, ensuring soldiers received adequate nourishment while maintaining operational readiness. The presence of barley in various forms, from whole grains to flour, emphasizes its versatility and importance in military logistics. In addition to military contexts, domestic settings reveal the integration of barley into daily life. Remains found in kitchens and storage areas indicate it was used for baking bread and brewing beer, essential components of the Roman diet. The widespread use of barley across different strata of society underscores its significance as a source of sustenance and economic stability. These remnants, alongside ancient texts referencing barley, construct a vivid picture of its role in societal structure. The enduring presence of barley in archaeological records serves as a testament to its importance in shaping the Roman experience and the collective memory of civilization. This significance transformed during the medieval period, where the reliance on barley began to shift. New agricultural practices introduced a broader variety of grains, altering the relationship with this staple crop. In certain regions, barley transitioned from a primary food source to a secondary option, often consumed by the lower classes or used as feed for livestock. The cultivation patterns changed significantly, driven by climatic conditions and societal demands. With the rise of wheat and oats, this region saw barley's prominence wane, leading to an evolution in dietary habits. Historical texts reveal a gradual decline in the consumption of barley by the elite, reflecting changing tastes and a preference for more refined grains. While it remained a vital food source in some areas, the perception of barley shifted from a staple of sustenance to a symbol of diminished status. This transition was marked by a series of agricultural innovations, including crop rotation and improved plowing techniques, which allowed for more efficient use of land. The duality of barley's standing is evident in various medieval recipes, where it appears both as an ingredient in humble fare and as a component of more elaborate dishes intended for feasts. These remnants of culinary history illustrate the complex relationship between society and agriculture, revealing how medieval life adapted in response to evolving conditions. Roman innovations in agriculture laid the groundwork for a diverse array of barley varieties, each developed to thrive under specific environmental conditions. This grain, once a staple of the Roman diet, underwent significant transformations through selective breeding and cultivation practices. The introduction of two primary types, hulled and naked barley, provided farmers with options tailored to their regional climates. Hulled barley, characterized by its tough outer husk, offered greater resistance to pests and disease, ensuring a more reliable yield. In contrast, naked barley, with its more fragile covering, allowed for easier processing and a faster cooking time, catering to the preferences of urban populations. The adaptations found within these varieties reflect the ingenuity of Roman agricultural practices. Field trials conducted across the empire demonstrated how various strains were tested for productivity and resilience. This experimentation was not merely an academic pursuit, it had direct implications for food security and economic stability. As urban centers flourished, the demand for efficient grain production intensified, prompting further refinement of these barley types. The impact of these agricultural advancements extended beyond mere sustenance. Barley played a pivotal role in trade, connecting distant territories within the Roman Empire. The grain's versatility enabled it to be transformed into bread, porridge, and even a base for fermentation, illustrating its integral position in both diet and culture. This integral position extended beyond mere sustenance. It served vital roles in ancient Roman medicine. Barley possessed properties that were recognized for their therapeutic benefits. Its soothing qualities made it a preferred ingredient in various remedies, particularly for digestive issues. The grain was often ground into flour and mixed with water to create a soothing paste, believed to alleviate stomach ailments and inflammation. In treating fevers, barley water was commonly prescribed. This concoction, made by boiling the grain, was thought to hydrate and restore balance within the body. It provided a gentle alternative to harsher remedies, showcasing a nuanced understanding of health.
Barley also found its place in the realm of wound care. The grain, when prepared in specific ways, was applied topically to injuries, promoting healing and preventing infection. This method highlighted a practical application of agricultural knowledge, blending diet with medicinal practices. Physicians of the time recognized the importance of moderation, often advocating barley as a staple in a balanced diet. Such recommendations reflected a broader philosophy of health that emphasized harmony between food intake and overall well-being. Through these applications, barley transcended its status as a mere food source, evolving into a cornerstone of ancient medical practices, embodying a relationship between agriculture and health that would resonate through the ages. The dietary impact of barley on Roman slaves reflects a complex interplay of sustenance, survival, and societal hierarchy. In the context of limited resources, this grain emerged as a staple, often constituting a significant portion of their daily rations. Its cultivation, primarily in the fertile fields of Italy and North Africa, ensured a steady supply, allowing it to be a reliable, if unrefined, source of nutrition. This region's slaves relied on barley porridge and bread, offering them essential carbohydrates for energy, albeit lacking in diversity. The nutritional profile, while adequate for sustaining life, often led to deficiencies in vitamins and minerals, resulting in broader health implications. The monotony of a barley-dominated diet contributed to a sense of deprivation, reinforcing their position within the social hierarchy. Barley served not only as sustenance but also as a reflection of their status. The grain was frequently associated with the lower classes, contrasting sharply with the diets of Roman citizens, which featured a variety of meats, fish, and fresh produce. The disparity in dietary options highlighted the inherent inequalities of Roman society, with barley embodying the struggles and endurance of those at the bottom. While barley nourished, it simultaneously symbolized the limitations imposed on lives deemed expendable, shaping the very essence of existence for countless souls. Historical records serve as a crucial lens through which the significance of barley rations can be examined. These texts, often inscribed on papyrus or etched in stone, provide detailed accounts of the quantities allocated to various social strata. In military camps, the documentation reveals explicit measurements, specifying the daily allotments that sustained soldiers and laborers alike, often revealing a stark contrast to the diets of the elite. Numerous tablets and manuscripts describe the meticulous distribution processes exercised by grain dealers and state officials, emphasizing the importance of barley as a staple in both urban and rural environments. This grain was not merely sustenance, it was a currency in itself, exchanged for labor and loyalty, thus reinforcing a system of dependence and hierarchy. The documentation also reflects the seasonal variations that impacted barley yields, with records illustrating how drought or flood could lead to scarcity,
exacerbating the plight of the impoverished. Such accounts capture the relentless cycle of struggle and survival, chronicling the impact of agricultural practices on societal structure. The careful accounting of barley rations encapsulates the economic realities faced by the common populace, emphasizing their resilience against the backdrop of an often indifferent empire. Each entry in these records stands as a testament to the lives shaped by this unassuming grain. Cultivation practices reveal the gradual evolution of barley from a wild grass to a staple in agrarian societies. This transformation initiated in the Fertile Crescent, where early agriculturalists recognized the grain's resilience and adaptability. Over centuries, selective breeding enhanced its yield and nutritional value, establishing barley as a cornerstone crop. Regions favorable to its growth saw significant shifts in dietary habits. The grain's ability to thrive in various climates enabled diverse cultures to incorporate it into their meals, often serving as a primary food source. It became foundational in the diet of ancient civilizations, providing essential carbohydrates and energy. Barley's versatility extended beyond sustenance. Its use in brewing marked a pivotal moment in social and cultural development. Fermentation processes transformed it into beverages that played critical roles in rituals, commerce, and daily life. This connection to communal experiences solidified its place in societal structures. The grain's journey reflects broader agricultural trends, including the transition from subsistence farming to more organized agricultural systems. Innovations in irrigation and land management allowed for the expansion of barley cultivation, influencing trade routes and economic stability. This relationship between barley and human civilization underscores the grain's significance, illustrating how it has shaped not only diets but also social dynamics throughout history. The Mediterranean climate plays a pivotal role in barley production, characterized by hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters. This region's unique conditions create an ideal environment for the growth of this resilient grain. The seasonal rainfall patterns contribute to the soil's fertility, allowing barley to thrive in various terrains, from coastal plains to inland valleys. In this context, barley emerges as a staple crop, cultivated extensively across countries bordering the Mediterranean Sea. The adaptability of this grain to fluctuating climatic conditions ensures consistent yields, reinforcing its importance in local diets and economies. The drought-resistant nature of barley provides a buffer against adverse weather events, supporting agricultural practices that have persisted for centuries.
Farmers have developed techniques that align with the natural cycles of this climate, employing methods that maximize water conservation during the arid months. These practices have not only enhanced crop resilience, but have also fostered a deeper understanding of sustainable agriculture in harmony with environmental rhythms. Barley's adaptability extends beyond its cultivations. It serves as a critical component in various traditional dishes, reinforcing cultural identities throughout the region. Its historical significance is reflected in trade networks, where it acted as a currency of exchange, facilitating connections between disparate communities. This enduring grain continues to shape social and agricultural landscapes. Barley's significance extends into Roman art and iconography, where it often symbolizes sustenance and the agrarian lifestyle central to Roman identity. Depictions of barley can be observed in frescoes, of course, mosaics, and sculptures scattered throughout ancient ruins. In these artistic expressions, it serves as a reminder of the agricultural prowess that sustained civilizations. Grain sheaves, including barley, frequently appear alongside deities associated with agriculture, such as Ceres,
the Roman goddess of grain and fertility. These representations establish a connection between divine favor and earthly abundance, illustrating the reverence held for barley as a life-giving resource. In everyday scenes, laborers are illustrated engaged in the harvest, showcasing the communal effort involved in gathering this vital crop. These portrayals not only capture the physical act of cultivation, but also reflect the social structures that revolved around grain production and distribution. Barley's presence in the currency of the time further emphasizes its economic importance. Coins often bore images of barley, linking the grain to the wealth and prosperity of the state. Such imagery served to reinforce the relationship between agriculture and civic pride. These artistic choices convey the multifaceted role of barley, embedding it deeply within the cultural and economic fabric of Roman life, while also highlighting the essential nature of agriculture in the continuity of society. Barley rations, while foundational, invite a comparative analysis with other grains such as wheat and oats. This region experienced distinct agricultural practices, with barley often serving as a staple for both the populace and livestock. Wheat, prized for its versatility and value, frequently commanded higher status within the social hierarchy, a reflection of its role in bread making. In contrast, oats, valued primarily for animal feed, held a more utilitarian significance in the local economy. The ratios of these grains varied significantly, influenced by climate, soil quality, and market demand. Barley, great as resistant and adaptable, thrived across diverse landscapes, ensuring its steady presence in Roman diets. Wheat, though more demanding in terms of cultivation and resources, provided a richer nutritional profile, contributing to its esteemed position. Conversely, oats, often relegated to the periphery, served as a reliable fallback during times of shortage, embodying resilience in agricultural practices. Quantitative assessments reflect these disparities. Barley rations, typically lower in caloric density compared to wheat, could sustain populations during lean periods, yet lacked the prestige associated with bread. This dichotomy emphasizes the nuanced relationship between grain types, revealing insights into societal values, dietary choices, and the broader implications of agricultural dependency within the Roman Empire. The choices made in grain cultivation, the relationship between barley and Roman trade policies, reveals a complex network of economic and social interdependencies. Barley served as a staple grain, important not only for sustenance, but also for trade dynamics across the empire. This region relied heavily on barley for both human consumption and animal feed, influencing agricultural practices and the stability of local markets. Trade policies were often shaped by the need to secure a steady supply of this vital grain. As demand fluctuated, the Romans implemented regulations to control pricing and distribution, ensuring that barley remained accessible to the populace. This was particularly critical during times of scarcity, when the balance between supply and demand could lead to civil unrest. Barley cultivation was not merely an agricultural endeavor. It became a strategic asset, linking various provinces through intricate supply chains. Coastal ports and inland trade routes facilitated the movement of barley, reinforcing economic ties while addressing local shortages. The grain's role extended beyond sustenance, impacting military logistics and the provisioning of troops stationed far from their home territories. The cultivation and distribution of barley underscored the Roman commitment to maintaining stability within its expansive empire. Trade policies, in turn, shaped the agricultural landscape, creating a feedback loop that defined both the economic health of the region and the social fabric of Roman life. The decline of barley production in late antiquity marked a significant turning point within this intricate framework. With shifting climate patterns and soil exhaustion, yields diminished, straining the very foundation of sustenance. This region, once fertile and productive, began to exhibit the signs of agricultural stress. Fields that had flourished now lay fallow, echoing the whispers of past abundance. The reliance on barley extended beyond mere nutrition. It served as a currency of trade and a staple in military provisioning. As output waned, the implications rippled through local economies, disrupting established trade routes and altering the dynamics of supply and demand. The diminishing harvests created a scarcity that affected both urban centers and rural communities. The social structure began to reflect these changes. Landowners sought new methods to maintain profits, often resorting to exploitative practices that exacerbated class disparities. Laborers faced increasing hardship, their livelihoods intertwined with an unstable agricultural system. The erosion of barley availability weakened communal bonds, leading to a fragmented society. This decline was not merely an economic issue. It was a cultural shift. Barley, once revered as a symbol of stability and prosperity, transformed into a marker of decline. The fading company of farmers witnessed their traditions and knowledge slipping away, yielding to the inexorable march of time and circumstance. Barley occupied a significant role within Roman military camps, serving as a staple food source for soldiers. This grain was valued not only for its nutritional properties, but also for its versatility and preparation. It contributed to the daily rations, ensuring that troops remained both energetic and capable of enduring the rigors of military life. In these camps, barley was often ground into meal to create porridge or bread, offering sustenance during arduous campaigns. The cultivation of barley was a practical response to the logistical demands of maintaining a large military force. Its adaptability to various soil conditions allowed for successful growth in diverse regions of the empire. This grain could be cultivated quickly, providing a reliable harvest that could support the legions as they moved through different terrains. Troops relied heavily on these provisions, reinforcing the necessity of barley as a critical component of their diet. In addition to its role as food, barley served another purpose within these encampments. It was utilized in the brewing of a fermented beverage, which provided hydration and boosted morale among soldiers. The routine of sharing a drink after a long day of drills fostered a sense of camaraderie, creating bonds that were essential for unit cohesion. This grain, thus, was integral not only to survival, but also to the social structure within the military ranks. The psychological ramifications of barley rationing extended beyond the military, permeating civilian life. For many, this grain represented sustenance, security, and stability. Its scarcity transformed daily existence into a struggle, heightening anxiety levels within communities reliant on consistent provisions. As rations dwindled, the prevailing sense of despair seeped into households, affecting relationships and social cohesion. Families faced the grim reality of adapting to smaller portions, leading to a pervasive atmosphere of uncertainty. The once familiar rhythm of life shifted. What was previously a straightforward meal transformed into a source of stress and contention. This environment fostered resentment towards the military and governing authorities. Perceived as responsible for the dwindling supplies, civilians often resorted to various coping mechanisms. Some sought alternative means of acquiring food, resulting in illicit trade or foraging. Others turned to communal gatherings, where shared experiences of hardship could elicit a sense of solidarity, albeit tinged with desperation. Mental health issues became increasingly evident. Reports of anxiety and depression spiked as individuals grappled with the loss of agency over their own sustenance. The psychological burden of rationing shaped a collective identity steeped in adversity, where survival instincts clashed with the remnants of social order. The impact of barley rationing thus echoed throughout society, leaving lasting impressions on both individual lives and communal bonds. Political stability became increasingly fragile in the face of food shortages, particularly as barley, a staple of the Roman diet, dwindled in supply. Leaders faced mounting pressure from the populace, who grew restless as rations dwindled. This region saw a rise in discontent, with public protests emerging as citizens clamored for their basic needs. The threat of unrest loomed large, challenging the authority of the ruling classes. In response, discussions of legislative reforms gained traction. Politicians sought to address the growing needs of their constituents, crafting policies aimed at stabilizing food supplies. These decisions reflected an acute awareness of the delicate balance between governance and societal well-being. Yet, the effectiveness of such measures often fell short, leading to further disenchantment with leadership. Conversations surrounding food distribution highlighted the disparities between social classes. Those in the lower tiers of society faced harsher realities, as the privileged could often secure additional rations through wealth or influence. This inequity fostered a sense of division, deepening mistrust between the populace and those in power. The erosion of communal bonds, once reinforced by shared sustenance, shifted the dynamics of power and allegiance. The fabric of society frayed as allegiances wavered, revealing the intricate connections between nourishment, governance, and the human experience. In this climate, the political landscape transformed, influenced significantly by the struggle for basic sustenance. Barley emerged as a crucial staple in the Roman diet, symbolizing not only physical nourishment, but also philosophical ideals. This grain, often associated with the lower class, represented resilience and humility. In many texts, it served as a metaphor for the simplicity valued in Stoic thought, promoting the notion that true virtue lies in moderation and self-sufficiency. The grain's ubiquity in the Roman world reflected a society deeply interconnected with agricultural cycles and the natural environment. Within philosophical discourse, barley was frequently discussed in the context of abundance and scarcity, illustrating the delicate balance that governed life in ancient Rome. It was not merely sustenance. It became a lens through which the populace viewed their own existence. The reliance on such a basic grain revealed underlying societal tensions, as food scarcity often incited unrest. Philosophers like Seneca spoke on the importance of accepting one's circumstances. The cultivation of barley, then, was not just an agricultural endeavor but a lesson in fortitude. In times of abundance, it symbolized prosperity and community, while in times of famine, it became a haunting reminder of vulnerability and the fragility of civilization. Each grain carried with it the weight of history, echoing the struggles and triumphs of those who navigated the complexities of human existence. The cultivation of barley in ancient Rome was profoundly influenced by the climate, a factor that dictated agricultural practices and forces. Droughts, alternatively, posed an equally challenging threat, reducing the availability of this vital crop. Such extremes prompted the Roman agronomists to innovate, experimenting with crop rotation and improved irrigation techniques. Despite their efforts, the dependency on weather patterns remained a constant vulnerability. As the climate continued to change, so too did the economic stability of the empire, leading to increased tensions and food shortages. The political ramifications were evident. Grain hoarding and price inflation became common as barley supplies dwindled. This dynamic extended beyond mere economics, breeding unrest among the populace. Those who relied on this essential grain found their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the environment, their fates precariously balanced on the shifting sands of climatic conditions. As a consequence, the enduring legacy of barley transcended sustenance, revealing the intricate connections between nature and human civilization. The role of barley in Roman diplomacy illustrates its significance beyond mere sustenance. This grain served as a crucial commodity in negotiations, often exchanged as a gesture of goodwill between tribes and city-states. In this context, the distribution of barley could solidify alliances, forging bonds that transcended cultural boundaries. Such transactions underscored the strategic importance of agriculture in political maneuvering, where access to vital resources shaped relationships. Barley rations were not merely a means to nourish armies, but also a method to cultivate loyalty among conquered peoples. The provision of this staple food would often be accompanied by promises of protection and stability, reinforcing the power dynamics at play. The grain's versatility allowed it to be used in various forms, from simple porridge to fermented beverages, appealing to diverse tastes and traditions. Ancient texts reveal instances where barley was employed as a diplomatic gift, symbolizing abundance and the prosperity of the Roman state. These exchanges were laden with symbolism, representing not only economic strength, but also cultural exchange. As the empire expanded, the cultivation and distribution of barley became intertwined with the very fabric of diplomatic relations, illustrating how agricultural practices were foundational to the complex interplay of power and influence in the ancient world. The management of barley rations became a crucial factor in maintaining social order within the Roman Empire. During periods of scarcity, tensions arose as access to this staple grain directly impacted the livelihood of citizens. When the distribution system faltered, discontent brewed among the populace, leading to protests and civil disturbances. The reliance on barley for bread ensured that fluctuations in supply could incite widespread unrest. These rations were not merely a matter of sustenance. They represented a lifeline for many families. The Roman grain dole, originally instituted to appease the urban poor, quickly became a source of political leverage. When emperors failed to distribute adequate supplies, the consequences could be dire. Riots erupted in cities as citizens clamored for their fair share, challenging the authority of the ruling class. In times of crisis, the government implemented measures to stabilize the situation. Emergency shipments of barley were organized from provinces where it was more abundant, attempting to quell the discontent. Yet, these efforts often fell short, as logistical challenges hindered timely delivery. The fragile balance between supply and demand underscored the intricate relationship between agricultural management and social stability. As unrest simmered, it became clear that the fate of the empire intertwined with these seemingly simple rations, reflecting the vulnerability of its vast population. The intersection of barley and Roman identity reveals a profound connection between sustenance and societal values. Barley, once a staple in the diets of both the affluent and the impoverished, served not only as nourishment but also as a symbol of resilience. This grain represented the agricultural prowess of the empire, thriving in various climates and sustaining legions as they marched across distant lands. Its presence in daily life extended beyond mere consumption, It was woven into religious practices and cultural rituals, symbolizing prosperity and fertility. In urban centers, the reliance on barley highlighted the disparities within society. Rations distributed to citizens during times of scarcity became a point of contention, igniting debates on fairness and governance. The grain's role in public life underscored the delicate balance between the state's responsibility and the populace's expectations. It became evident that the distribution of barley was not merely logistical. It was a reflection of civic duty and social cohesion. The cultivation of barley illustrated agricultural advancements, showcasing innovations in farming techniques and trade networks as regions specialized in its production. The grain reinforced local identities, while simultaneously contributing to a larger Roman narrative. Through this simple crop, the complexities of Roman identity emerged, with all its layers of power, equity, and survival intricately intertwined. This intricate relationship between barley and Roman identity extended into the broader context of global trade. Barley served not only as a staple food source, but also as a vital commodity within extensive trade networks. The cultivation and distribution of this grain facilitated economic exchanges that reached far beyond the borders of the empire. Regions known for their fertile lands became vital contributors, supplying barley to distant markets in need of sustenance. As these grains were transported across landscapes, they fostered connections between diverse cultures. Ports bustling with activity exchanged barley for goods such as spices, textiles, and metals. This movement of commodities underscored the significance of barley within the economic framework of the Roman world, positioning it as a crucial player in sustaining populations and armies alike. The fluctuations in barley prices reflected the fragile balance of supply and demand, revealing vulnerabilities within the empire. Periods of drought or poor harvests could lead to scarcity, triggering social unrest and political upheaval. These dynamics highlighted the interdependence of agricultural productivity and societal stability, as barley became a barometer for the health of the economy. In this context, the grain's role transcended mere nutrition, becoming a symbol of resilience and adaptation within a globalized trade system. The fate of communities remained closely tied to the rhythms of barley production and distribution, a testament to its enduring significance. The legacy of barley in ancient Roman cooking reflects its versatility and nutritional value. This grain served as a staple ingredient, providing sustenance for both the wealthy and the impoverished. Its incorporation into various dishes illustrated the culinary ingenuity of the time. Barley porridge, known as pulse, became a common meal, often flavored with herbs or combined with vegetables, allowing for both simplicity and variety. Barley also found its way into baked goods, such as bread. This grain could be ground into flour, producing loaves that sustained families throughout the empire. The different grades of barley flour contributed to the distinctions in bread quality, revealing social hierarchies in consumption patterns. In elite households, finer breads were prepared, often enriched with other ingredients like honey or fruits, while the lower classes relied on coarser varieties. Fermentation processes led to the production of beverages, notably a type of beer known as cerevisia. Although not as popular as wine, barley beer offered an alternative source of refreshment, especially in regions where grapes were less accessible. This affinity for barley extended to its use in animal feed, supporting livestock that in turn contributed to agricultural productivity. Through these culinary practices, barley solidified its position within the cultural fabric of ancient Rome, influencing dietary habits and economic structures alike. Techniques for improving barley yield in ancient Rome involved a combination of agronomic practices that enhanced both soil fertility and crop resilience. Farmers employed crop rotation, alternating barley with legumes to maintain soil nutrients. This method not only reduced the depletion of essential minerals, but also encouraged natural nitrogen-fixing bacteria, enriching the soil for subsequent planting seasons. Irrigation methods played a crucial role in maximizing barley yields. The use of aqueducts and sophisticated water management systems ensured that fields received adequate moisture, even during dry periods. This approach mitigated the risks associated with erratic rainfall patterns, allowing barley crops to flourish in various regions. The selection of specific barley varieties contributed to yield improvement. Farmers cultivated both 2-row and 6-row barley, each suited for different climatic conditions and purposes. 2-row barley, favored for its malting qualities, was essential for brewing kvass, while 6-row varieties provided higher grain yields and fodder. Weeding and pest management were critical for maintaining crop health. Regular tilling and the application of natural herbicides derived from local plants helped control unwanted vegetation. Additionally, the introduction of various companion plants deterred pests and promoted biodiversity within the fields. These practices collectively ensured that barley remained a staple of Roman agriculture, reflecting the civilization's adaptability and reliance on this versatile grain. Global agricultural practices are increasingly turning to barley as a resilient crop in the face of climate change and shifting environmental conditions. This grain exhibits a remarkable capacity for growth in diverse climates, from arid regions to cooler northern latitudes. Its genetic diversity allows for adaptations that enhance drought resistance and improve yield stability. Research into barley's potential as a sustainable food source continues to expand. Breeding programs focus on enhancing nutritional profiles, fostering varieties rich in essential vitamins and minerals. This pursuit aligns with a broader movement towards reducing reliance on monocultures, promoting a more balanced agricultural ecosystem. Barley's role is also pivotal in soil health. Its deep-rooting system aids in maintaining soil structure and reducing erosion. This characteristic contributes to carbon sequestration, a critical factor in mitigating climate change. Intercropping barley with legumes has shown to enhance nitrogen fixation, thus decreasing the need for synthetic fertilizers. These advancements signal an optimistic future for barley, not only as a food source, but as a key player in sustainable agricultural systems. The grain's inherent qualities position it as a cornerstone for promoting ecological resilience. In this transition, barley may serve to nourish both populations and the planet, intertwining food security with environmental stewardship. This influence extended far beyond the borders of the Roman Empire, shaping agricultural practices across Europe. Barley, a staple in Roman diets, found its way into the fields of Gaul, Germania, and Britannia. These regions began adopting techniques honed by Roman agronomists who recognized the cereal's adaptability to diverse climates and soils. Crop rotation, soil management, and irrigation strategies emerged, enhancing the productivity of local farmers. In the northern territories, this crop required adjustments to suit the cooler climate. Varieties were selectively bred for resilience, leading to a significant increase in yield. This adaptation not only improved food security, but also allowed for greater population densities in regions once deemed marginal for agriculture. This crop's presence became synonymous with agricultural prosperity, embedding itself in local cultures and economies. Barley's versatility also created opportunities for brewing, a practice that flourished under Roman influence. The fermentation of barley transformed not just diets, but social rituals and trade networks. Markets thrived as communities engaged in the exchange of surplus, fostering economic interdependence. The legacy of Roman barley cultivation continues to resonate, illustrating how a single crop can transform landscapes and societies. It weaves through the historical fabric of European agriculture, marking a pivotal chapter in the evolution of farming practices. The reverberations of this influence persist, echoing through centuries of agricultural development. Barley remains a relevant subject in contemporary food security discussions. This grain, once a staple in ancient diets, has evolved in its significance as global agricultural practices shift. Its resilience to various climatic conditions allows it to thrive in regions where other crops may falter. This adaptability positions it favorably in the face of climate change, making barley an essential component of sustainable agricultural strategies. The nutritional profile of barley contributes to its importance in contemporary diets. Rich in fiber and essential vitamins, it offers health benefits that resonate with modern nutritional guidelines. As global populations increase, the demand for nutritious and sustainable food sources grows. Barley's ability to serve as a food source and animal feed underscores its dual role in enhancing food security. Research into barley cultivation continues to advance. Breeding programs focus on enhancing yield, disease resistance, and drought tolerance. This ongoing innovation aims to maximize productivity while minimizing environmental impact. Additionally, barley's versatility extends beyond traditional uses, finding its way into products such as beverages and health foods. As nations grapple with food shortages and nutritional deficiencies, barley emerges as a strategic crop. Its historical significance is matched by its potential to meet contemporary challenges, bridging the gap between ancient agricultural practices and modern food security needs. Humor surrounding barley infiltrated various aspects of Roman society, reflecting both the grain's agricultural importance and its cultural symbolism. Jests about barley often highlighted the disparity between the elite and the common citizen, emphasizing how something as humble as this grain could evoke laughter amidst hardship. Satirical references to barley were prevalent in literature, where poets and playwrights crafted witty observations about its role in sustenance, often using it as a metaphor for folly or foolishness. This region of satire provided a fertile ground for social commentary, as it underscored the absurdities of daily life. It captured the essence of societal norms and expectations, revealing how the grain could serve as both sustenance and subject for humor. The laughter derived from these references acted as a subtle means of coping with the realities of existence in a complex society. Public festivals celebrated the harvest, accompanied by merriment and jest, transforming the act of gathering barley into a communal experience of joy and reflection. These gatherings allowed for the sharing of jokes and stories, weaving together the lives of citizens in a shared appreciation of their agricultural roots. The laughter resonated through the streets, creating a connection between the rural and urban populations, while simultaneously reinforcing the significance of barley in Roman identity. In this way, humor became a tool for resilience, echoing through the ages. Lessons from ancient practices reveal insights into contemporary societal structures. The management of resources, as seen through the distribution of barley rations in Roman times, offers a lens through which to examine modern food security issues. This practice highlighted the delicate balance between sustenance and social order, a principle that remains relevant today. In those times, the reliance on barley reflected agricultural cycles and economic stability. When harvests were bountiful, the surplus supported the populace, allowing for a degree of social cohesion. Conversely, scarcity led to unrest, illustrating the fragility of food systems. The manipulation of rations served not only to sustain citizens, but also to reinforce authority, suggesting that control over resources can influence societal dynamics.
Current societies grapple with similar challenges, where equitable distribution of food remains a pressing concern. The lessons drawn from Roman barley distribution emphasize the importance of transparency and fairness in resource allocation. These historical precedents serve as a reminder that the well-being of a population hinges on access to essential nourishment. Understanding the past allows for a nuanced approach to modern dilemmas. It underscores the necessity for sustainable practices and responsible governance. The echoes of ancient rations remind contemporary leaders of their duty to prioritize the needs of their citizens while fostering resilience against future uncertainties. The enduring impact of barley on Roman legacy transcends mere sustenance. This grain, fundamental to the diet of countless citizens, served as a barometer for societal stability. Its presence in daily life illustrated the intricate relationship between agriculture, economy, and governance. Beyond its nutritional value, barley became a symbol of social structures, reflecting both privilege and hardship across the vast expanse of the Roman Empire. In times of scarcity, the distribution of barley often determined the fate of communities. The state relied on its abundance to placate the populace, a strategy that sometimes masked deeper societal challenges. These grains, stored in granaries scattered throughout provinces, represented not only food security but also the political power wielded by local governors. Each sack carried implications of loyalty and dissent, shaping the interactions between ruler and ruled. This grain's versatility allowed it to evolve into various forms, from porridge to bread, adapting to the culinary practices of diverse cultures. It fostered a sense of unity amidst the vastness of the empire. As remnants of ancient granaries crumble under time's relentless passage, they serve as silent witnesses to the complex narrative woven into the fabric of history. Barley, in its quiet ubiquity, remains a testament to resilience and an enduring connection to the Roman past. Future research endeavors are poised to further unravel the significance of barley within ancient civilizations. Archaeobotanical studies employing advanced isotopic analysis can provide insights into cultivation practices and dietary preferences of Roman society. This method may uncover the geographical origins of barley varieties, revealing trade routes and agricultural exchanges that shaped economies. Inscriptions and historical texts offer another avenue for exploration. These documents may shed light on the socio-political implications of barley production and distribution, particularly its role in military logistics and urban sustenance. Understanding the integration of barley into the daily lives of Roman citizens will augment existing knowledge about food security and social stratification. Comparative studies with other ancient grains could illuminate the unique attributes of barley in Roman culture. Examining its nutritional value alongside wheat and millet might reveal preferences that influenced culinary practices and agricultural policies. Such investigations may also explore the adaptability of barley to various environmental conditions, linking climatic changes to agricultural strategies. The gradual evolution of barley cultivation techniques throughout the empire can be traced through archaeological evidence, including tools and storage facilities. These findings will contribute to a holistic understanding of agricultural innovation and resilience in historical contexts. Collectively, these research directions will deepen appreciation for this seemingly modest grain as a cornerstone of ancient life.